could you tell us more about this healing card?
This healing card, so basically there are two tools that God gave. One is this book, which I call the Messenger of God. The other is this healing card, and both are basically tools. In what way is it a tool? Now, the first thing, up till now, when religion gave God to people, what did religion say? Religion said that your God is kind, benevolent, compassionate, caring, really
Ever-giving.
wanting to take care of you, everything which is positive.
Right.
When I came to know about the king, I found the king to be exactly opposite of what he said in the religion, in the scriptures, in all the religions, whether it is Hindu, Islam, Christianity, whether it is the Sikh religion, whether it is the Persian religion, whether it is the Jewish religion. Everything that their God said, who their God is, the quality of their God is exactly the opposite of that. How can I say this? Because I interact with their gods the way I interact with people, the way I interact with you. And what is it that gives me the ability to cognize and perceive those gods and really come to know what kind of individuals they are? It is the blessing of God, because of which I come to know what kind of individuals they are, and everything in the hierarchy, down the hierarchy, in the upper worlds, which belongs to the deities and the angels, and in the lower worlds, which belongs to the asuras and the devils.
Right.
A direct conversations with top to bottom everyone. And as I interacted with them, as I explored them, as I poked them to see how they all react, I came to know about who they are, what kind of beings they are. And I came to know their agenda.
Right.
Now, in coming to know about their agenda, this is one thing very interesting that I just want to point out. Right from the time when I was growing up, my parents never gave me religion, even though I am a Hindu, born in a Brahmin family.
Right.
I never worshipped anyone. My parents never made me worship anyone. They never took me to the temples. They themselves did not worship anyone, nor did they ever go to the temples. In my house, there was no God. Not like they said there is no God. Not like they said they are against God. This was not a conversation that existed in our house, neither in favor nor against. That is the place of neutrality I grew up in.
Okay.
So my parents said, you go and explore religion. If you find it okay, you become religious. If you don't find it okay, don't become religious. So I then started exploring all the religions. Now, two things I noticed. Number one, I noticed pain and suffering all around.
Right.
Within me, in my family, in my relatives, in the society that I live in, and in the world about whom I come to know through the media.
Right.
I saw pain and suffering in the one who is on the street and in the one who have their private jets. That means no matter where you are, pain and suffering is inherent in the humans. I also saw they are very negative. Those who are trying to be positive are either trying to be positive out of some fear or out of some greed. These are the two things that motivates them to be positive. If these two things are taken away from their life, they would least care about positivity. So either it comes from a part of their programming which says I must be a good person, or it comes from a greed. I must create good karma or I must go to heaven, or it comes from a fear. I don't want to go to hell, and I want to cancel the bad karma that I have. Now these are the things that takes people into positivity. But people cannot remain there for long. Even they turn negative. Now this is one thing that I noticed. The second thing that I noticed was the scriptures always said how you can come out of your negativity, but they never talked about why you are negative. At the most they said you have bad karma. Then I would question, why did I create bad karma? They said because you had a free will. That is why you created bad karma. You could have created good karma. I said, fine, so I have free will. I heard you. But tell me one thing. For next 24 hours, can I keep myself positive through my free will? Can I keep my mood high with my free will? Can I keep my energy pure and high with my free will? Can I ensure that not a single bad thought will enter into my mind with my free will?
Right.
Can I do all these things with my free will for next 24 hours? And they said, no, probably not. I said, not probably not, guaranteed not.
So there is no free will.
And that's why I'm telling people, where is the free will? Your thoughts are not yours, your feelings are not yours, your emotions are not yours. Can you tell me that why did you fall in love with someone? And can you tell me why did you fall out of love with someone? Did you orchestrate both? And if you didn't orchestrate both, where did it come from? Why do you hate a person? Did you decide that from tomorrow I am going to hate that person? That means it was not you who decided. Are you orchestrating the events of your life? They said, no, we are not orchestrating. We can create the experiences of our life. I said, with what? Because the only thing you have to create experiences is thought, feelings and emotions. And none of them are in your control. How do you create positive experiences? You will force yourself. And when you force yourself to do something, it rebounds in a very bad way.
Right.
So now I got it very clearly. There is a lot of pain and suffering in the world. No one knows why this pain and suffering is. Only when God came to me and I came to know about the King, finally I came to know He is the one causing all our pain and suffering. He is the one telling in every religion He is benevolent, but He is very cruel. He is the one creating all our wars. He is the one creating all the murder and rape. He is the one making us have all negative thoughts and emotions. He is the one making humans fight with other humans.
Right.
So he is not what he says, and that is the one people go and worship. And that is why I tell people, the very God that you worship, it doesn't matter in which religion. Any religion you take, the very God that you worship is the one who is causing all your pain and suffering. Now, it is established that God is not going to take away the pain and suffering of humanity. Now I had an alternative when God came to me, and finally God said, I will give them some relief. He didn't say, I will make them blissful. He didn't say, I will make them happy. He didn't say, I will cure each and every disease. None of these things. He said, I will give them some relief. What do they need to do? They can either talk to this book or they can talk to this healing card. Now this both has a face of a human. And God says this is no more the face of a human. This will be the face of God on this planet for the humans at this point in time. He is not talking eternally.
Right.
He is talking at this point in time.
So the healing is momentary, you mean?
The healing is in the moment where God gives some relief. What you have to do? You have to talk to this book or to this card that I am having headache, I am having stomach ache, I am scared, I am full of anger, I am full of jealousy, I am full of negativity. I don't know what to do. I am so confused. Like this, you keep on talking to the card
Of the
or to
book.
the book, whatever it is that you are going through and making you upset.
Right.
How long? Only for 1 month, only for
30 days.
30 days.
Right.
And what will happen at the end of 30 days? You decide,
Hmm.
did God deliver anything because of which you are willing to leave the king and come to God? If God did not deliver, you now can go back to your king and drop God. So that is how I am giving this to humans as a utility. I am
Okay.
giving God as a utility, not to revere, not to worship, but to use.
Yes.
And if God has no utility value, drop the card,
Yes. After 30
drop the
days.
book.